Welcome to another Jixie Diary. Hi och välkommen till en Jixie Diary. Today is going to be another game review and sort of breaking from tradition a little bit. Instead of doing an actual individual game, this is actually a game website that it's actually more of a rant. That's not a rant. I think that I will be more fair than just a rant. It's a review plus a little bit of a rant. So the site that I'm talking about today is called azaleasdolls.com. I have been visiting this site since probably about 2012 maybe. I've always been a fan of dress-up games, which is what this site predominantly does. Various like dress-up games. They do scene makers, they do animal kind of dress-up, they do sort of fantasy, historical, fashion, all sorts, and they've been going for quite a while. I have always loved what they've put out. There's a few of a specific few of the games that I love and kept returning to again and again and again. Of course, this was before Flash went down and everything kind of got a bit messed up. I'm very sad that Flash went down because a lot of their best games, kind of, you can't play them anymore. So that's really sucky. But I kept returning to these games again and again and again just because of how beautiful they are. I love her artwork. It's really, really pretty. I love all her hairstyles, her clothing that she's always done. And then Flash went down, but that's not why I'm ranting about it. I'm ranting because for a long time her games haven't been as good as they used to be. It used to be that her games were really complicated, not in a bad way, but there would be so many options. You could make so many diverse characters. They would have drag and drop, and so you can really customize it. They would have all these different skin tones. They would have 26 different skin tones. They would have loads of different hair colors, loads of different hairstyles, loads of different lip colors, eye colors, eye shapes, nose shapes. You could really, really customize, this stuff. It was so beautiful. The artwork was beautiful. The fact that you could customize so much of it was absolutely stunning. It was so amazing. You could really, really make diverse characters. It was brilliant. And then suddenly that stopped. Suddenly the stuff that she came out with was, I got the sense, and I've been getting the sense for a long time, that she's been sort of compensating on quality for quantity. So she's getting more games out. It used to be she'd bring a game out maybe every 3 to 6 months. And these were hotly anticipated games because we knew that the quality was good. We knew that she'd worked her butt off to get these games out, and they were more often than not beautiful and diverse and just so varied in everything. There were so many different options for customization. They were just so gorgeous. And then she just seemed to want swap that for quantity. She was getting more games out more often, and they just weren't as good. And Jinx even had something to say about that because she loves, obviously you've seen Jinx a couple of times. I don't have to describe who that is. Also, she's been bringing out her own videos. I will link her channel in the description down below. So go and watch her stuff after you've watched mine, because she does lots of, the first video that she did was unboxing her mermaid tail, so check that out. But anyway, she says that she's been updating. Just instead of like bringing out new games, she's really just been updating old games. Instead of like, you know, kind of. So it's just not as good. And I emailed her once and said, please stop doing this. Like, everybody, I mean, I can't really speak for everybody, but me personally and Jinx, every time she brings a new game out, we click on it and we play it because we're really hoping against hope that it'll be one of her old kind of games that she's really put effort into, instead of just like a quick one that she's just kind of like been like, well, that'll do, okay, let's just shove it out there, you know. We're always really disappointed. I think the closest it's come to being her old style of games has been the ancient Chinese one that she did about 6 months back, that I really enjoyed, but it still wasn't up to her old standards. And you know, most of the ones she comes out with now are just really big disappointments. And so I've been going elsewhere to kind of find my dress-up game kind of fix, because I always have loved dress-up games since I was, you know, quite small. So it, you know, I've been going to Doll Divine, and Doll Divine, I like Doll Divine, but I mean, if I have to face it, I really don't think it's as good as Alias Dolls. I love, that sounds awful, I don't want to be well, maybe it's not that it's not as good, it's just that I don't like the artwork as much. And Rinmaru Games has gone offline as well now, it seems. And I just feel like, you know, since Flash went down, things have been a bit rubbish when it comes to dress-up games, and I really have always loved dress-up games. So I feel like there's a bit of a void in my life, you know, that I can't just. It's something that's really quite relaxing, and it also promotes creativity. So when I'm having a bit of a writer's block when it comes to Mori, or when I can't think of something, you know, a video to you know, for you guys, it's always kind of helps to kind of get my creative juices flowing. I think that the thing that Jinx said that really, and that, you know, we've both taken note out of, is that sometimes they'll only have 3 skin tones. So they'll have like sort of semi-pale, like sort of ish pale, and then they will have kind of Hispanic and then black. And then, but that, you know, people don't just fit into 3 different skin tones. People are diverse. And, you know, people don't just have 3 hair colours, blonde, red, and black. They have, some people have grey, and some people have blue. Like, you know, people are diverse. Come on, where's the diversity of your games as Alias Dolls? I need to know, because it's just not really inclusive. Talking of inclusivity, I would like to see a dress up for a character who is blind or is in a wheelchair. I want to see something like this. If any of you guys have seen, if any of you guys have seen like a dress up game for like that's like a blind girl, or you know, someone in a wheelchair, or someone with crutches, or someone with a hearing aid, I want to see it. I will definitely review I will review that, because I think that Jinx once said to me that she loves Barbies that make her feel that, you know, look like her, and make her feel like, you know, because I love Barbies. I love dolls. I won't be ashamed of saying it. I love dolls, and I love dolls that look like I wish that I looked, right? So like I use Barbies for like escapism, and I use dress-up games for escapism. I like to create all kinds of strange looks. Like, you know, I like to create people like, you know, characters with like blue skin and white hair, or like, you know, really, 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 really black skin and like bright red hair, like, you know, whatever. I like to use dress-up games and dolls for escapism. This is how I wish that I could look, so I get to be that for a few hours or a few minutes or whatever. But Jinx says that she likes dolls that look like her. And so either way, for whatever reason you want to use dress-up games like or Barbie dolls or whatever, whether it's that you want them to look like you or you want them to look completely different from you, I think diversity is a key, and that's why she needs to bring like more skin colors, more like skin like textures, freckles, scars, beauty marks. Like, come on, bring diversity back into your games, Azalea's dolls. And also Barbie, I love that they're bringing out like Barbies in wheelchairs, because I feel like people need that. I want to see a Barbie with a cane or a Barbie with although they're doing great. Like, I've seen Barbies with like vitiligo, which is and Barbies in wheelchairs, and I've seen a Barbie with a prosthetic leg. That's awesome. But I want to see more. Like, take more risks. Come on, Mattel. And take more risks as well as Azalea's dolls. I would love a dress-up doll where the character is disabled. If you know of any, please let me know, and I will review them with interest. I will definitely play them and review them and just probably gush. So yeah, I mean, that's really it. I emailed her and she didn't reply back, and I've been feeling so frustrated because it used to be I used to go on that website all the time, and now every time I go on there I just feel so disappointed that I just click back off of it, and I can't play any of her older games because Flash being the way that it is. So it's really disappointed. I'm really disappointed. It's not great. If you know of any other like game sites that are like Azalea's dolls that are still online, I know that Doll Divine is. And I tend to like more realistic dress up rather than cartoon ones. I do like cartoon ones, but I like realistic ones because I like to make up stories for the characters. I guess I'm a true creator, really. It really helps me to unlock my sort of inspiration, I guess. So yeah, that's basically it's just a really quick one. Just to kind of say how upset I was feeling about what's happening with Azalea's dolls. But like, I would love to see the change. I would love to see it change. But of course, if that's what makes her happy, she needs to just do what makes her happy, I guess. But like, I write to make me happy. Mari is a story that I made. Like, I feel like when you do create, you should write something or create something that you love first and foremost. And I get the feeling that she's doing that for like to make everybody else happy, and I feel like she's forgotten what makes her happy, and what makes her happy is what makes us happy, because she really puts effort into it, and I think she's forgotten that. So I mean, that's my review for today. I will be doing another, I have a bunch of videos that I have like kind of all queued up of what I want to make, but they are taking a little while to kind of execute. But I hopefully will have more videos coming. I'm sorry it's been so long since the last one. I will be doing more My Tasuna related things on this channel, because I put like 6 months of effort, 7 months of effort into My Tasuna. It's something that really it inspires me. It's it kind of gets my creative juices flowing. I love role playing. Incidentally, we've got a role play tomorrow night, 6:30 GMT. There is a mystery to solve in My Tasuna, which we need your help with. So please join us on Amino. If you go onto aminoapps.com, search for My Tasuna, join the role play. You are entirely welcome, everybody. If you have any questions, please message Franny Kindly. That's my character, Franny Kindly. And I will be happy to answer any questions and just kind of talk you through what My Tasuna is all about. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this kind of video. Please remember to look at Jinx's video, which I shall link in the description down below. if you like mermaid tales, and just Jinx's general kind of energy, really. And yeah, that's it. So see you guys.